Hey everybody, this is Travis at SimpleSet. In this video, we're going to build a quick dash using the SimpleSet Outcomes Manager. We actually already have a quick dash built into SimpleSet, but I like using the quick dash as a demo because it has a complex formula for scoring results, so it really shows off how flexible the SimpleSet Outcomes Manager is. Let's start by clicking New. The quick dash. Now, I have a copy of a quick dash PDF open in a second tab here so that I can use it as a reference. Let's copy the instructions and paste back into SimpleSet. Looking at the quick dash PDF, the questions are arranged in a grid. They do this to save space, but each question could also be written as a multiple choice question, where the choices are no difficulty, mild difficulty, moderate difficulty, severe difficulty, and unable. So let's do that for the first question. I'm going to copy the question text, open a tight or new jar, then switch back to SimpleSet and create a new multiple choice question and paste in the text. Now I'm going to add the choices. No difficulty, mild difficulty, moderate difficulty, severe difficulty, and unable. You'll notice that to the right of each of these choices, there's a value. This value will default to 0 for the first choice, but depending on the outcome you are building, you might need to adjust this. Looking back at the quick dash, the values for choices actually do start at 1, not 0. So I'll adjust that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's our first question. If I want to see how it looks so far, I can click the Preview tab. Looks good. Let's copy the text for question 2. Do heavy household chores. Now, because many of the multiple choice questions in the quick dash have the same choices, rather than creating a new question, I can save myself some work and just click Duplicate, which will create a copy of the question I was just working on. And then paste in the new text. There, that's question 2. Question 3. Carry a shopping bag or briefcase. Copy, duplicate, and paste. Now that you're starting to get the idea, I'm going to fast forward through copying the rest of the questions over. Hey, I'm back. I've now got the first 11 questions for the quick dash entered into SimpleSet. You'll also notice I've added some text blocks here at the top and in the middle to clarify the quick dash instructions. I've also used a text block to add a copyright notice crediting the authors here at the bottom. This is something you'll likely be required to do if you are reproducing an existing outcome. So now we have a basic quick dash questionnaire. In order for SimpleSet to track the results, we need to automate the scoring. This is where the formula button comes in. This adds a formula to the questionnaire. And here you can write a math expression that will generate a score based on the answers to your questions. First, let's give the formula a name. Quick dash score. Now, let's look at the formula for quick dash. This is probably one of the more complicated formulas that I'm aware of for scoring an outcome measure. The sum of responses divided by the number of responses minus 1 times 25. First, we need the sum of responses. Looking back at Simple Set, you'll notice that every question has a squiggle of blue text over on the right. This is a unique identifier for each question, and you can use these IDs as variables in your formula expression. So, to calculate the sum of responses, we copy and paste each ID into the formula expression, like so. Question 1 plus question 2 plus question 3, etc. I could keep going like this, but now you get the idea. There's actually a faster way to sum questions. Just like in Excel, you can hold the Control key and click each question that you want to sum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then click the Sum button. Next, we need to divide the sum by the number of responses. Well, the number of responses is 11 because there are 11 questions, and I want to quickly note that each question has been set to required here at the bottom. So it's impossible for a patient to submit this questionnaire without answering all of the questions. When you are entering a formula expression, it's important to remember back to your algebra and the order of math operations. That is to say, if you want to add or subtract before you multiply or divide, you have to use parentheses. So, before I can divide by 11, I wrap the sum in parentheses. And then I use a slash to divide by 11. Next, I need to subtract 1. Minus 1. And finally, I need to multiply everything by 25. Again, because of order of operations, I have to wrap everything in parentheses. And then I use an asterisk to multiply by 25. That should be it. Let's test it. I click Preview and answer the questions as if I were a patient. When I answer all of the questions, it should automatically calculate a score. And it does. Perfect. That is now a working quick dash. So, simple set formulas are a very powerful and flexible tool for creating a wide variety of outcome measures. That said, we do recognize that formulas can be confusing, so if you are struggling at all with getting your formulas to work correctly, don't hesitate to reach out to us for some help. We're happy to chat about this stuff anytime. Now we have a working outcome. Let's save it. In the next video, I'll show you how to put this outcome to work by sending it to your patient so you can monitor their progress over time. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.